Welcome to the Strategic Thinking Training Sessions, where through these sessions I give you tips and advice in order to create a successful pathway to the future. And these tips and advice are suitable in the context of an organisation you serve, an organisation you work for, or an organisation you are associated with. Thanks for coming back to this third and final lesson in this series. We've been looking at the SWOT analysis, and I've been through this series to actually teach you and help you to improve your SWOT analysis, improve your strategic planning. So the first lesson was SWOT, just looking at simple strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. The second was going a little bit deeper and trying to tease out a little bit of things which are likely to change and affect your organisation using the PESTLE framework: political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental. And those are, that's good, and it does actually feed into your strategic planning process, but it's a little bit limited because they just simply help you answer two questions, which are what should we do and when should we do it. It seems to be very now based, and this is what's happened in the past, and based on what we know, let's go ahead. What I want to do in this lesson is go a little bit deeper and to actually help you think through the risks and the opportunities that are over the horizon. I want to actually go down to a deeper level and look at the drivers of change. Rather than answering those two questions of what should we do and when should we do it, by going a little bit deeper and actually looking at the forces of change that are affecting PESTLE, which will affect the SWOT analysis, these deeper questions will help us to answer two other questions: what seems to be happening and what might we need to do. Because it's that thinking about the futures, it's that thinking about what's happening over the horizon, it's thinking through the risks and the opportunities that lie ahead that will enable you to actually create that successful pathway to the future. So what I'd like to talk about are the drivers of change, and in particular, one of those is demographics. Did you know over the next 10 or 20 years, the population of people over 65 across the globe will double to 17 billion people? Well, that's all very good, you might say, but what's the impact of that driver of change, that underlying driver which is affecting society? How will that affect politics? How will that affect economics, the social sphere, the technological, the legal environment? Does it mean, with an older population, that there'll be more laws around protecting the aged? Does it mean there'll be a shift and a focus upon mentoring rather than youth? Does it mean that products will be more focused around health and vitality and the mature people rather than the younger? All these affect the political, the economic, the social, the technological, which in effect your SWOT analysis. So feel free to use this driver of change called the aging demography. Feel free to use this thinking about and this actual phenomena of an aging society as it affects each of those PESTLE categories and so on, and up to your SWOT analysis. For we must always be aware of the change. We must always be aware of what's actually happening around us, because not being current, not being aware of the change is going to hold us back from being successful and achieving that successful pathway to the future. I think JFK, that previous US president, said it most well when he said this: change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past and the present are certain to miss the future. Thanks very much for watching for these 3 lessons on SWOT analysis and looking at PESTLE, and I trust that your strategy development process will be much improved. Thank you.